In a world where there ain't nothing to laugh about, they're two special idiots now. Hear me out. Chuck's laugh is frightening. Brad's anus is tightening. Brad's got a lot of thoughts to give. Chuck's toxically positive. They're here to laugh and joke with a few little jabs and pokes. Escape from your terrible life. You're a loser and an asshole and you're filled with strife. Funbearable. They're just trying to make you smile. Funbearable. Even though you're pathetic and you're ugly and vile, they're just trying to bring some joy to your day. Even though your family wishes you would go away. Funbearable. 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 They're terrible. They're fucking terrible.
All right, so today, I just wanted to bring this up because I noticed something really interesting. Do you still have your coffee? All right, hold it up so the camera can see it. Now, that is a coffee without any cream in it.
That's correct. Yes.
No. Today, no, explain what happened. Why do you have no cream in your coffee?
I ordered a bagel with butter toasted. And
Some people do say bagel, and it
I know.
upsets me.
Oh, I'm with you. She got that, and then she said, "Do you want anything else?" And I said, "Yeah, I'll take a medium iced snickerdoodle with skim and 2 Splenda." And she went back, and she's doing the machine, and she said, "Just cinnamon, right?" And I said, "Yeah, snickerdoodle, whatever that is." And the other woman working there, who was ringing me out, said cinnamon and hazelnut, which is inaccurate. It's cinnamon and vanilla. And then she shook the coffee and then handed it to me, and I'm like, "Oh, it's a little darker than normal." And then I left.
I feel like, and I'm just going to say this, I feel really bad.
Yep.
There's a local chain around Rhode Island and probably Massachusetts called Sip and Dip.
Yep.
And I like some of their offerings. I think that their breakfast sandwich, English muffin, egg, cheese, and chorizo?
Yeah.
Or is it chidis? Chidis is 1,000 times better than one that you'll get at like a main chain like
Yes.
Dunkin' Donuts. It's excellent.
Yep.
Their employees are the worst coffee employees I've ever dealt with
Yeah.
in my entire life. I don't know how it happens. It's always a 70-year-old woman who doesn't understand what coffee is.
Yep.
It's like she grew up and was like, you get coffee and there's cream and sugar.
Yep.
That's all you get.
Yep.
And now she's like, snickerdoodle.
I'll also
Skim milk. What
I'll
are we
also
talking
add
about?
there-
Oat milk. What do you mean? Oats ain't got no titties, which is probably a hack comedy premise.
It absolutely is. There's a sign on the door and on one of the walls that says all credit card transactions are charged an extra 5%. But they don't tell you that when they ring you up. They today it's 601 or whatever, and then she rang me up and I see the credit card receipt says 642. They've added the 5% on, but she told me 601.
Yeah.
Which it happened to me, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And I was very frustrated. I thought the girl gave herself a 5% tip. Nope.
Oh, that's when you were talking about that?
Yep.
Oh.
Just the extra charge that isn't explained. They have the cash register that shows one amount, but the credit card machine charges a different amount. I think they should tell you the higher amount.
Before they know how you're going to pay?
Yeah. Or like, hey, this is what we're charging you. No prices are listed anywhere.
I think they should literally have a sign on the cash register.
Yes.
I think that I get the idea of like you don't want to say this every single time.
Right.
But they have to make it 100. Like in New York.
It should be made more clear than it is.
In New
That's for
York,
sure.
everywhere it's taped onto the
Yep.
thing where you get handed your food.
Yep.
So, and I think that would be fair. That's really funny.
Yeah, I didn't want to go back, but it's the only thing that was on the right side of the street on my way in.
Yeah. So basically, I think that their coffee can be good too.
Yep.
Sometimes it's not. Their employees are so bizarrely out of the world of coffee.
Yeah.
But the reason I bring this up is because, well, A, it's funny that you got it and you looked at it and you walked away. Like your inability to taste or see or understand coffee.
Yep.
Boggles the mind.
I'm going to work at Sip and Dip.
I didn't put that together. I don't know how I did. But
It felt like you were setting me up for it. It was the equivalent of joke math of 2 + 2, and you're like, oh my God, it's 4.
you're right. It wasn't even my idea to open. It's,
Yep.
I guess I didn't see it because I had a specific train route, and then we
Okay.
went to Sip and Dip.
Yep.
All right. So your inability
Yes.
to like understand coffee in any way.
Yeah.
It's great. This is how I feel. This could literally happen, dude. You could be like, I'll have skim milk. And
Yep.
she'll be like, okay. And then she'll take out orange juice and start pouring it in front of you, and you'll be like,
I guess milk is orange now.
You're like, and then you're like, tastes like shit. Which is what you do.
It tastes citrusy.
How often do you get a coffee and hate it?
Oh, 40% of the time? Never from Tracy's, who sponsored a live show.
That's right. Well, I'm about to tell a story. But yeah, I don't know. It's so bizarre that you would be handed that and you'd think there's not enough milk in this.
Yeah.
There's clearly no milk in this.
Yeah, that's not enough. 0 is less than I
Are you
wanted.
saying zero's enough? But you didn't look at it and say there is no milk in this.
I know. I was, she shook it, and I was like, well, clearly she's shaking it. There's milk in there.
What the fuck is happening?
And I didn't really look at it. I was like, I don't want to be late.
The equivalent of getting a hamburger with no meat in it and biting it and be like, that's weird. There's not enough meat in here. It's the same fucking thing.
It sure is.
It's like you become blind. I don't know. I can't explain it.
I'm coffee blind.
You're coffee blind. You're coffee blind.
Yep.
It's crazy. I was going to say a whole different thing.
Yep.
We took it right. No, it was weird because I went. What happened to me was I ordered a coffee online. I was running late because we had a misunderstanding about when we were recording, and now I have to stay here and wait for Brad for like an hour and a half.
Yeah. It's possible you'll see me in the second half of this episode with a scar on my face.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Brad's getting something lanced.
Yep.
And I had to.
Maybe.
And I was like, well, we're in the Comedy Connection. What am I going to do for an hour and a half?
Yep.
And I have to do some editing. So I was like, oh, let me bring my laptop. I'll edit.
Yeah.
And I had to download Premiere. So I
Right.
was about 10 minutes late.
Yeah, it's fine.
Anyway, I was rushing to order my coffee from Tracy's in Warren, Tracy's Cream and Sugar. And I forgot to add cream, like to add oat milk to it in the app. So I got it and it was black.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. Can I get oat milk?
Yeah.
And they put oat milk in it because I'm a human being with eyes.
Right.
And I get here and I'm like, I'm such an idiot. I forgot to add cream to my coffee. And I get here and I look at Brad and he's like, his coffee is completely black. And I knew that's not what he wanted. And I was like, man, me and Brad, 2 peas in a pod.
That's us.
Yeah. So,
Except you're the pea that's like, I don't like this pod. And I'm like, please, we were told to stay in the pod. The authorities have decreed that the pod is where the peas shall be.
the authority is an 80-year-old woman at Sip and Dip.
She is 4 feet 1 inch tall. You know which woman that is? Yeah.
Does she have a funny voice?
Yes, she does.
It's the people. It's like they should charge $5 to see the kooky people that work at.
What
Sip and
kills
Dip
me
at the door.
is that after that 5% thing, like 2 weeks ago, I was like, I'm just never coming here again. And I lasted less than 2 weeks because I didn't want to make a left turn into a Dunkin'.
Well, I will say your reasoning was because you thought that they stole from you.
Yes.
And then you found out that that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So that's.
Yeah.
Did you not know until today?
No, I knew. I went back and I confronted them and I was like, hey, I think this girl stole 5% from me. And they're like, oh, no, it's absolutely. What would you have me do? Be stolen from? What are you, cash blind?
That's the funniest thing ever.
All right.
All right, so
So I went in on a Sunday morning. I ordered a bagel and a coffee.
We should save this for another open.
All right. Get excited for what is probably next
This is
week's
for close.
All right.
Is it cliffhanger for the close today?
We end on such a sentimental note about the upcoming
you're
year.
right. Save it for the open.
All right.
No, we're gonna do another open about Brad's coffee situation in the near future.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Funbearable. I'm Brad Rohr.
I'm Chuck the coffee understander saying, where am I?
Thank you for joining us for an episode of Funbearable. If you'd like to enjoy more Funbearable, please check out our Patreon. It is, as Chuck says, a donation Patreon.
Yeah, that means that basically you're just helping us continue the show and do the kooky things we do. Starts at $2.50 and you can pay whatever you like. However, it's not like there's nothing there.
Oh, really?
What you get is the back catalog of the Chuck and Brad podcast, which is the podcast that became Funbearable.
Yes.
So it's everything that led up to this. If you enjoy the banter and the relationship between Brad and myself, you can sign up, and there are already 390 episodes up. So if you sign up today for $2.50, you get nearly 400 episodes to sort and sift through.
I am loving the comments.
Me too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. People. So, by the way, thank you to everyone that signed up.
Oh, yeah.
Way more people signed up than
Yeah.
I expected. And it's been really kind. And it's great to see people actually digging through these 400 episodes. Because you do think if someone's like, I'm signing up today. Okay, there's 390 episodes. You're like, maybe they listened to the newest one.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's 400 episodes. And the next episode in the podcast comes out every Monday. So
Right.
every Monday you get another episode. But it's crazy. And you know what I went to? You can go to Insights and you can see all the plays on the episodes.
Oh, okay.
And people are listening to episode 284. And it's like, it's just crazy.
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So.
And so thank you to everybody that signed up. It's a really fun place. And also, I will say, I've been trying to make the Patreon kind of a fun place for people to just get like insider info.
Yeah.
So I've tried to think of the first thing.
Yeah,
I
you
did.
posted your social security number.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun anymore.
Wait, but it was fun. It was fun,
But,
yeah.
I forget what I originally posted, but whatever. But like this week, we came out with our Christmas special, which we kept as a surprise.
Yeah.
Where it was myself, Brad, Walt Flanagan from Tell 'em Steve Dave, Jimmy the Hair Guy, Brian Rupert, Johnny Law, Tom Milishevsky, and I think that's everybody. And we kind of kept it under wraps to release this big Christmas Games episode. And the day before it dropped, I was like, "Hey, everybody, just letting everyone know on the Patreon, keep this on the behind the paywall. This is what we're doing for Christmas this year." And I dropped a little trailer for it for everyone there. And also, one time recently, we had an episode done before we were releasing it. So I was like, "Listen, guys, on Patreon, the episode is done. We're putting it up early for you guys so you can check it out."
Yeah.
That kind of stuff we're trying to do. We've got to do a first live stream. We want to do like a hangout on like YouTube with the people on Patreon. So we got to plan that and do that. Maybe we could do that while I'm here, so we'll just be on the same screen. So the Patreon's a lot of fun. Sign up. Funbearablepod.com has the Patreon link right at the top. And if you just want to listen to the show and not sign up for the Patreon, we love that anyway. We love that too. So keep checking out the show. Follow us on all these different social media channels at Funbearable Pod.
Yes.
Great.
With that in mind, we get into part 2 of the Funbammies, our favorite things from the year 2025. Part 1 was movies, video games, podcasts, and restaurants. Part 2 is going to be music, streaming/TV, books, and personal stuff.
Yep.
Every year this is how the Chuck and Brad podcast started, was the Brammies and Chammies in 2009 of our favorite things from 2008.
Yes.
So we have done this for 17 years now?
17 years. And this is kind of why the Patreon is cool, because all the stuff that we do on Funbearable, we were doing back then, and it turned into Funbearable.
Yes.
But 17 years of this kind of stuff, which is crazy because you were 29.
Yeah.
Which is just bananas to think about.
Yeah, it's weird to think about. Like, I didn't realize it was that many years until I said it just now. But the idea of how much media has changed, how we consume media has changed, and how this led to I have my psychological compulsion to quantify things, to record things, make spreadsheets and everything. I think that started because I was tracking things for the podcast of like what movies and games and everything I watched. Started like these big spreadsheets, and then it was like, oh, okay, well now I can use Goodreads, and now I can use Letterboxd, and now I can use, and whatever.
Well, you remember that
to
it
track
started
things
before the Brammies and Chammies.
Yeah.
It started out as just the Brammies.
Yes.
You remember that?
on a blog that I had. Maybe I'll put that link on Patreon.
You should. And when did that start? Because this predated Chammies and Brammies.
It was when I was still 29. Because one of the
No, it must have been before that.
yeah, well, one of the blog entries was on turning 30.
That's fine, but
Yeah.
Brammies must have started previous to that because I took the idea and said, let's do it in the podcast.
I feel like I did it in December of 2008, and we started the podcast in January of 2009. I don't think I did Brammies for 2007.
Really?
Really.
We'll have to think about it. We'll have to dig into that to make sure because I don't know if I would go, hey, you just did this, let's do it again.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound right, but maybe we'll have to look into it. Maybe you're right. So we're continuing. We're going to do TV first.
Yes.
TV and streaming series.
Yes.
All right. How do you want to start this?
By the way, recording that first episode of the Chuck and Brad podcast, we were like, we hope we can go 45 minutes. And it was 3.5 hours.
That's absolutely true.
Streaming / TV. Biggest surprise. Biggest surprise for me, the show The Rehearsal. The season 2 finale of The Rehearsal. I have my jaw was on the floor the entire episode. I couldn't believe the lengths that Nathan Fielder went to make this show play out the way he wanted it to.
Yeah.
Super impressive. I love the ambition of The Rehearsal and the direction that Nathan Fielder took it in. Didn't see it coming. Loved it so much.
Yep.
That was my biggest surprise of the year.
My biggest surprise, and by the way, Rehearsal is kind of also occupies this category for me, but I also have it in other places.
Yes.
Biggest surprise is I got back into reality TV shows this year
Oh, okay.
with this one specific show. Pulled me in so deeply.
Ah, yes. Now I know what it is.
And that show is Bailin' Out Loud, which is about a young girl named Bailin.
Yep.
Very cute. And by cute, I don't mean like I'm sexually attracted to her. I mean, she's cute.
Right.
And she also is attractive, but she's just a cute, young, innocent girl who has like severe Tourette's. She has the type of Tourette's where you do curse and have these tics,
Right.
which I guess the cursing thing is like less than 10% have it or less than 5% of people with Tourette's have it, something like that. And the show is about her life, and I fucking love it.
Yes, you do.
I love the show. I think she's independently funny without that.
Right.
And I think that she's funny with the way that she deals with that and the way she reacts to it and the way her
Right.
family reacts. I think it's a very wholesome, heartwarming show, which I think that's part of the dichotomy of
Right.
it, where she's like, I want to fuck your mother, blah, blah, blah. She says things
Right.
like that. But then the whole family is so sweet. Like the dad is a real jacked man's man.
Yeah.
And he cries all the time.
Yeah.
Because of how much he loves his family. It's so touching, but also so funny. Some people argue that it's exploitative. I think that if she believes that she's making it normalized and making people with Tourette's feel like it's less of a big deal and they shouldn't have to hide it, which is how she felt for a long time.
Yeah.
I think there's positivity in that. Are all reality shows somewhat exploitative? Perhaps.
Yep.
It's a hard line, but it's on TV and I fucking love it.
Nice.
They did 2 seasons this year.
Yes.
And I have watched 1.5. I haven't finished the second season. We're going to find out if Balin and Colin have their wedding at Balin's parents' house or if they find a new venue.
Or if she flies a 747
Yeah.
over
like
the
Nathan
Mojave
Fielder,
Desert. Yeah.
No, so I really like it. If you like reality television, I say go check it out.
Favorite comedy special? I did not really watch any comedy specials this year. No, not a lot of stand-up for old Brad Bones.
I also didn't watch a lot of comedy specials, and what I put here instead was I went to go see Weird Al for the first time.
Oh, pretty
Natalie
great.
got me tickets for my birthday.
Yeah.
And we went to go see him in Virginia, and holy shit, did his show blow me away. I can't believe how good it was. I can't believe how well produced it was. They did a vocal thing at the end of harmonies and different sounds.
Yep.
That is shocking, jaw-dropping. Like, seeing any band do this would blow you away.
Yeah.
So I thought the Weird Al show was kind of my favorite comedy live performance of the year.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Many years ago, when we were first becoming friends, you talked about the band Dream Theater.
Yes.
And you said you weren't super interested in them because they basically have magic powers to play music.
And that's all they're doing is putting it on display.
Do you think Weird Al has magic powers for music?
I don't think he has magic powers.
Yeah.
No, I think he's... It's weird. We just talked about Balin being wholesome.
Yeah.
There's something about Weird Al being wholesome.
Yeah. Even though he played Killing in the Name of like 2 weeks ago.
I heard about this. Yeah, I heard
saw a
about
clip.
that. By the way, he's like 61.
Yep.
Something like that. I think there's something about Weird Al caring about comedy,
Yep.
caring about pop music, being wholesome, and also not only being a great musician, but also getting together a real solid band of musicians to perform these dumb things. There's something about this perfect mix.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't think he's magic. I think he's... See, this is interesting. Like, I'm going to talk about myself for a second. Sometimes people are like, man, you're great at this. Man, you're great at this. Like people that are into Tuesdays or Tell 'em Steve
Yeah.
Dave or Funbearable or whatever, Senior Discount even. They're like, you're an awesome blank.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to say, I think anyone can be awesome at most things if they really take the time and do it for 20 years.
Yep.
I think that I am proud of the way that I direct like documentary projects with Mark and Joe and stuff like that. And the way they're edited and the ideas behind them and the rhythms to them. And there's a lot of different, very strong feelings I have about the way that you can make things and present things. But I also think it's like, let's say talent is a percentage of it.
Yep.
To me, experience is the majority of it.
Yeah.
And I think that people can just put in the time and really achieve a lot.
Yeah, I had somebody come up to me after an improv show I was in and say, I wish I had the courage to just sit on stage and pretend to eat nachos for 2 minutes in silence while the rest of the scene happened around me. And I'm like, this was literally my 600th show.
Exactly.
So, and I don't, it was a great show. We were at a
Yeah.
Bon Jovi concert. I'm like, but that wasn't my 10th show. That wasn't my 100th show.
Yeah.
600 shows is a lot of time, not to say, not discounting 800 rehearsals in there.
Exactly.
So, you put in the time. Our friend Casey said, anyone can do improv, but some people take to it more naturally than others.
That's kind of how I think about
Yeah.
a lot of stuff too. And so Dream Theater, I think, is like we've got into the master level of each thing we can do.
Yep.
Let's just show people.
Yeah.
And by the way, amazing.
Yep.
Very, very, very impressive.
Yep.
And I think if you like them and you're a big technical music guy, totally get it.
Yep.
It's just like, I think I'm looking for more personality.
Got it.
But yeah, so Weird Al isn't magic, but he's
Yeah.
almost magic.
All right. Favorite comedy. I said The Studio, the Seth Rogen show on Apple TV, about running a movie studio and being a guy who loves film and loves cinema and having to balance that with the crushing pressure to make blockbusters.
Did you watch the whole thing?
Yes, I did.
And you thought
Loved
it
it.
was awesome?
Yeah,
It's
I really did.
incredible. Studio is also my favorite comedy.
Yeah.
Kind of tied with The Rehearsal.
Yep.
They're both so different that it's
Yeah.
tough to combine them into one category. But man, The Studio is so exactly what I want. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just exactly what I want from comedy and from ideas.
Nice.
So I loved it.
Did you have a favorite drama?
Favorite drama? It's tough because we don't have favorite action.
Sure, do
in
that.
TV show.
Whatever you want.
It's kind of drama / action. So for me, it was Daredevil. Born
Okay.
Again,
Yep.
season 1.
It was great.
I really loved it. I thought it was awesome. And I liked Last of Us season 2 as well.
Yeah.
Even though people really shit on it. I think some of their shitting was fair and a lot of their shitting was unfair.
Yeah.
Like the memes online. And I think that when people do this, it kind of just it really reveals how stupid they are.
Yeah.
When you have like, you're like, here's a screenshot of the girl in the video game and how she looks, and it's her being stoic.
Yeah.
And like this perfectly lit shot, and they're like, and here's who they cast, and it's like in the middle of that girl sneezing.
Yeah.
You know, they did the same thing to the Snow White girl.
Yep.
Where they took like a beautiful picture of the original thing.
Right.
And then took a picture of like the middle of someone like farting and blinking and
Yep.
yawning at the same time.
No, she went full Popeye.
And I'm like, oh, if you have to do that, you're wrong.
Yep.
If you have to resort to doing that, you're just revealing that you're 100% wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you really felt that way, you'd present it evenly.
Yeah.
You'd say, here's the most beautiful picture of Snow White.
Yeah.
And here's the most beautiful picture of the girl who played Snow White.
It was Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah. And then it's like, here's the most stoic picture of the
This-
original Last
yeah.
of Us girl. And
Yep.
here's the best, most stoic shot of the girl playing her. in
Bella
the show.
Ramsey?
Bella Thorne. I don't know. Something like that.
I think Bella Thorne might be an adult film star.
Oh, okay. I think she's. No, I don't think she is.
All right.
I think she's like a witchy girl.
Oh, okay. Maybe.
I don't know.
It sounds like she should be.
Yeah, yeah, Bella Thorne.
Yeah.
But like, if you don't do that and you have to do it the other way, I think immediately you're making the argument that you are wrong.
Yeah.
And it's very clear.
Yeah.
It's I don't think people realize how stupid they look
Yeah.
when they do that. But anyway, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed a lot of it. I thought it was good and fun. And yeah, I think Daredevil though. I liked Daredevil more.
Yeah.
But I liked a lot. There's a certain battle scene in Last of Us 2 where all the zombies it shows how they find out about the town.
Yep.
They all rise from the snow and they go attack the town, and I'm like, this should be in a movie.
Yeah.
It was so incredibly well shot. The big bad of it was so amazing. That whole battle scene just put that like at the top of like this filmmaking is
Yeah.
just outstanding.
For me, favorite drama was Slow Horses. It's a British show. Basically, they're spies who have messed up somewhere along the lines. They're not bad enough to get fired, but bad enough to be put on unimportant cases.
Yeah.
Gary Oldman is their boss, and he is like, like he's burping and farting all the time.
Yeah.
And pretends like he doesn't care, but he really cares about his people.
Yeah.
And it's a 6-episode season, easy to watch, easy to stream.
Yeah.
A lot of fun with a runner-up, controversial runner-up. Man on the Inside is a comedy developed for Netflix by Michael Schur, starring Ted Danson. Season 1, there's a theft at a retirement community, an old folks home, and the private investigator needs a man on the inside.
Yeah.
So she hires Ted Danson to pretend to have to go to this old folks home and investigate the theft. And, comedy beats of him like trying to record, and he's got spy glasses, all these things, different characters. Very well done show. The last episode of season 1, I cried for an hour and a half because it's about being old and losing memories, and my parents are getting to that point where they're telling the same stories several times in a row, and I'm starting to get worried.
Oh, I thought it was going to be about you because I'm having bad memory problems. I'm having bad memory problems.
Who are you?
Yeah, I really am.
Yeah.
I'm changing. Baby.
We're going to check you into the memory ward, and it's going to be very sad. They did follow through on Man on the Inside season 2, and he goes undercover as a professor at a college, and a little more fun. So some emotional beats. It's Michael Schur. It's going to have a mixture of heart and absurdity.
Yeah.
But man, that last episode of season 1 broke me.
Yeah. I buy it.
So controversial choice to add it to favorite drama, but it was dramatic.
That's great, man.
Favorite episode.
I have
Like individual
I have
episode.
one, but I'm like, should I say this spoiler? That's the problem.
I will say, Dropout TV is a comedy streaming service, and they have a series of shows called Game Changer, in which 3 or 4 comedians come out, and it's a different game every time, and they don't know what they're playing until they get there. The last episode of season 6, it was this thing, they go through it, whatever. And then season 7 started 1 hour after season 6 finished.
Wow.
They brought the contestants back and they said, you have 1 year to complete these tasks. And it's like get the most locks of hair from people you know, or take the funniest candid picture of Sam, the host / CEO of Dropout, and how they approached all of these things. Like, I felt so much joy watching this hour plus of TV streaming, and I've been chasing the dragon to try and get that feeling again of, like, specifically that episode. Game Changer as a whole is great. Perhaps it wins Show of the Year, spoiler alert. But what they've done has been amazing. But specifically that first episode where you see what they've done in a year, you know, is it a sincere, earnest attempt to achieve the task that's presented, or are they going to pull one over on Sam? It was just so fun to watch. And I'm like, I feel like you need all the background, the first 6 seasons, to see how Sam has treated the contestants, you know, in like a jokey, funny, you know, power dynamic way, to really love that. It's a good episode. It stands alone. You're laughing along. They're laughing. But man, to have that background and to have watched all of Game Changer, I think in 2025, and then go right into season 7 really got me. Yeah. Like, really, I really enjoyed that specific episode.
That's great, man.
Yeah.
I know you love it.
Yes.
So my favorite episode, it's from the show Severance.
Yep.
Can I whisper it to you, and then maybe you'll be like, oh yeah, because I don't want to spoil.
Okay.
Remember that part?
Yes, I do.
He finds out a thing about a person.
Yep.
That's pretty
vague.
It's pretty vague.
Yeah.
Is it the last episode of season 1?
Yes, it is.
Okay. The last episode of season 1 of Severance is my favorite episode. That's pretty spoiler free.
Yeah.
It's just the final episode.
Yeah, and you'd expect something to happen.
Exactly. All right, favorite overall show.
Favorite overall show for me was Game Changer on Dropout TV. Different game shows every time. Secret Sober. The 1 year later, I think they did an episode in season 7 that was like, you're a comedian, you're going to do bits. Oh no, the bit meter is broken. You have to be earnest and sincere.
Yeah.
And part of that was like, do karaoke for Kiss from a Rose by Seal.
Oh, that's great.
And so they had to give it their best effort. And it's, to see people who have done all this comedy try.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Oh,
it's fun to watch.
I love stuff like that.
Yeah. So the different things they were willing and able to do on Game Changer have been really inspirational. I've done different game shows at Kismet Improv in Pawtucket as stuff and nonsense games. Did we borrow some ideas? Yeah, but only 2. The other ones I've come up with on my own. I have no budget. I have no art department. I'm doing my best. Get off my back, Sam.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my favorite show. It was Game Changer.
That's great.
Yeah.
My favorite overall show was Severance.
Yes.
I just got into it this year. I watched both seasons with Natalie, and we were in love with it.
Yes.
Like, we were like, we can't wait to get home and watch this show. And the truth is, it probably would have won best overall drama as opposed to Daredevil. However, I like to kind of spread the shows out.
Yeah, of course.
Who cares how we do it? Severance was my number 1. Runner-up was The Studio. It's just too good. I really... And then also runner-up tied with Studio is Rehearsal.
Yes.
It's just, they're too good. They're too good to ignore. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. I've enjoyed those programs as well.
Oh, yeah.
Moving right along, books. This is probably more of a Brad-focused category.
I got some books, though.
All right. I will try to dial it back because I took some grief last year for talking too much about how much I love Dungeon Crawler Carl.
From who?
You.
No.
You were so mad at me.
What was this?
You said, in fact, on that episode, you said, I'm going to make sure that one day next year, I'm not going to tell you which day it is, I'm going to make sure that they don't get your coffee order right. And I said, that'll never happen.
At Sip and Dip, I don't think so.
I'm too vigilant about my coffee for you to ever sneak one past me.
From Mitzi? No way.
Yes. Wait, little Mitzi or big Mitzi?
Oh, big Mitzi.
Books.
Hey, Mitzi. What's weird is little Mitzi's in charge. Hey, Mitzi. You're treating her like a school bully.
Yes. Favorite books of 2025. Favorite nonfiction for me, I had two. One was Strong Female Character by Fern Brady, Scottish comedian.
Yep.
About growing up undiagnosed autistic. She's just a funny lady. Everything is Tuberculosis by John Green, about like how tuberculosis has shaped world history and how it continues
Really?
to shape different areas of the world.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never even heard about that.
Yeah. But really interesting book. Really, with the Green Boys, you're going to get a well-written, well-told story. So it was really interesting.
I had a favorite nonfiction.
What'd you have?
Future Boy by Michael J. Fox.
Nice.
He wrote a book about the production of Back to the Future.
Love
which
it.
is so cool. And in the first couple pages, he gave me new facts about Back to the Future I didn't know.
Nice.
It's so funny in the last episode, I'm like, they gave me new facts
Yep.
about philosophy behind Back to the Future.
Yeah.
This one, did I tell you this fact?
I don't know.
So everyone kind of famously knows that Eric Stoltz was originally cast as Marty McFly.
Yes.
Then he was fired, and then Michael J. Fox came on.
Yeah.
Right? What people don't know, or I didn't know, is that the role of Marty McFly was written specifically for Michael J. Fox, and his agent turned it down without telling him that.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Then Eric Stoltz was cast.
Yep.
Then they went back to Michael J. Fox.
Yeah, I know there was, he was filming Family Ties, and he would do that during the day and then fly all night and this whole thing.
Isn't that crazy?
It
and
really
his
is.
agent is just like, no.
Yeah.
Back to the Future almost wasn't with Michael
That's
J. Fox.
nuts.
Even though it was specifically written for him.
Yeah.
Which is probably, that sheds a little bit more light on the Eric Stoltz thing. Because I
Yeah.
think that there's not another movie that big where you're like, yeah, they shot with this guy for 6 weeks and then canceled him and then fired him and then they just started over with a different actor.
Yeah.
That's pretty strange.
Pretty weird.
And this gives way more context to this isn't the guy we wanted.
Yeah.
We planned for this guy. Let's go back to this guy.
Yeah.
That makes so much more sense than being like, yeah, we hired Ted Danson as Luke Skywalker
Yep.
and he just didn't work out. So
Yep.
we shot everything again. It's
Yep.
it's pretty strange.
Right.
And this gives some, more context, I guess is the best way to say it.
Nice. Favorite comedy? For me, it was A Very Punchable Face by Colin Jost.
Oh, I wanted to read
His
that.
memoir. Very
Our
interesting.
buddy Casey's in it.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Now, did
Friend
I...
of the pod. Guest of the pod.
When I went to look this up on Goodreads to enter it, did I type in an extremely punchable face? Yes, I did.
Oh, that's funny.
And I'm like, oh no, Colin, I didn't mean that. And then I'm like, the most punchable face in the world. I'm like, what was the name of this book?
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah, really, grew up on Staten Island, so I'm like, ooh, I recognize those words.
Yeah.
Harvard, Lampoon, SNL, just funny. He's just a funny dude,
Yeah.
and it's a funny book. I did not read any graphic novels this year.
I didn't think I read any graphic novels either, really. This was a weird year in terms of the way that I'm trying to think. Did I read any graphic novels? I don't think I did. That's really strange now that I think about it. It's
Yeah.
pretty rare for me. Oh man, I was really excited for the new Marvel Zombies, and I never read it. It started coming out. It started coming out in late September, and I never got into it. So I got to get into Marvel Zombies for next year. But
Yes, you do.
I didn't realize that.
Nice. Favorite author? For me, it was Christopher Ruocchio. Probably pronouncing it wrong. He wrote a series of books, 7 novels, 4 short story collections called the Sun Eater series. And it is such an ambitious plot over all these books. And, short version, a guy is telling the story of his life, how he has fought aliens and had to crash a spaceship into a sun. Classic. But it is huge. Each book is like 800 plus pages long. I think the last one was 1,300 pages.
Yeah.
And just the idea of keeping this world alive, keeping all these plates spinning over the course of all these books.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is insanity.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that he had a ton of writing experience and publishing experience before these books.
That's cool.
Language a little more challenging than I like. Books took me a little longer to read than
Really?
It's
Like what kind of stuff?
well, it's because a lot of it is they use Latin terms, or he's like, oh, the Americani, they destroyed Earth, and it took me like 4 books to realize that was American. Like I didn't put it together.
Oh, that's funny.
And he's
Those damn Native Americans.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's fighting with a high matter sword. He died like 4 times in the books. Like, how often is this guy getting captured? One book was like 300 pages of him being tortured, and I'm like, I don't want to keep reading this, but he gets away.
Yeah.
So really interesting series, but I'm interested to see what he comes out with next. Now that the series has concluded.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
I don't have a favorite author, but I do have a favorite book.
What do you got?
My favorite book was Fahrenheit 182 by Mark Hoppus.
Nice.
It was a really cool experience because I was excited for the book to come out, and then he announced a very limited amount of dates that he was going to do book readings at. And he came to Brooklyn, I think.
Okay.
And I think it was the Paramount in Brooklyn. But Natalie and I went to go see the book reading live.
Right.
And I know I don't think I've talked about it on the podcast maybe. Or maybe I haven't. He basically did like a book reading, and instead of doing what normally happens, which is like kind of a sit-down conversation and maybe you read like a part of it, he wrote a whole show. A whole like comedy show.
Love it.
With pictures and audio and video cues and all this stuff. And he did the whole thing like a 45-minute stand-up special.
Oh, it's great.
It was great. I mean, it wasn't like as funny as a stand-up special, but it was stories.
It was something different.
It was something really different. And he did sit down with the co-writer and talk to him as well. But it was so cool to see that. And then the book was really interesting.
Yep.
I got to be honest, I preferred Derek Whibley's book about Sum 41 a lot more because it had a lot more production stuff for people who are music nerds.
Yeah.
And they were like, this is why we changed our style to this. This is when we did this. We decided this. We talked about this. We got pressure from the label to change this. And Mark's was a little bit more like the music was kind of really in the background.
Yeah.
Probably because a lot of book publishers would be like, oh, that's boring to the average reader. They just want to know about you as a human being.
Right.
And it felt a little soft in terms of like really diving into stuff.
Yeah.
He's like, I met my wife, Sky. I really fell in love with her. And that's like how he describes it. And I'm like, oh, really? Like, that's it? But he did really get into this period of time that surprised me where he was like an extreme germaphobe. Like extreme. And he's like, when they went to China or Japan or something like that, he goes, or wherever, I forget where they go. He goes, I was so scared of the water being in all the food that the only thing I ate was prepackaged food that I got from America.
Wow.
So he was like, I was losing weight. He's like, I was like feeling like shit and all this stuff. And yeah, they get into a lot of interesting stuff. And it is really cool, especially because I've been following Blink probably since 1997.
Okay.
So that's like, 28 years.
Yeah.
And it was really cool to get a lot of the backstory. I really, really did enjoy the read.
Yeah.
Like a lot. But I do wish he went a little deeper into certain things and especially into music and a lot of decisions they made. There was some great stuff.
Yeah.
Like they made Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, which is quite possibly my favorite Blink album.
It's a great one.
I think it gets overshadowed by Enema of the State.
Yes, it does.
But I think it might be better, especially if you include the secret songs, which you should.
Yep.
He's like, we wrote the whole album minus First Date and Rock Show.
Yes.
And we thought it was the perfect post-punk album. He's like, we thought it was perfect and that it was darker than the last one, which I do think it is a little darker than Enema because Enema's so bright. And then he tells the story of the label making them write 2 more pop songs and how they went home and they wrote the poppiest bullshit they could possibly write to say fuck you to the label. And then those 2 became like the biggest singles.
Yep.
Really, really interesting. And there was a lot of takes like that, but I wish there was a little bit more. I think there was a little bit deeper conversation about that. But great book, really great book, especially if you're into punk rock, if you're into music, if you're into mainstream music, if you're into the culture behind recording artists and just music and the way that has been kind of the way that the music industry has functioned over the past 30 years and changed.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Nice. Favorite books, I've at this point, I've read 120 and 2/3 books.
Yeah.
At the time of recording. So some of my favorites, The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simon Jimenez. It's probably pronounced differently. Unlike any book I've ever read, a lot of it written in second person. So it's a lot of like, you sit down at this theater and the dancers are taking place and this is the story they're telling. And then it like dips into the brain space of a character here.
Wow.
And, very interesting, very well done. Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Just kind of a story that
It's just a gulp.
yeah, that takes place in, relatively modern times in a rich neighborhood, but their caretaker is this and this person has adopted a baby, and just like really well written.
That's great.
Contemporary fiction. Between Two Fires by Christopher Buehlman is a fictionalized version of kind of living through the Black Plague and how the Pope at the time would sit with fires on either side with the idea that they would burn away any of the germs, any of the plague that was coming to get him.
Yeah.
To make his pronouncements, but shenanigans ensue. It's again fiction.
Yeah.
But really, like I was super into it. King Sorrow by Joe Hill is about a group of friends who summon a dragon. And it doesn't go the way they wanted it to. I was engaged the whole time. I was scared for the dragon. I was scared for the people. I was scared for me.
Yeah.
And it's his first novel in years, and I loved it. But probably my favorite book of the year was Blood Over Brighthaven by M.L. Wang, and it is set in a world where they're using these little machines of some sort to kind of manipulate magic. But then it's like, well, where does the magic come from? How does the magic work? This woman is the first woman to go into the line, of magic users in years and years and years. And, it was another one where I didn't predict the end of the story. And I don't think necessarily that novelty means quality.
Right.
But
in this case,
I love some novelty because I've read a lot of books that feel very similar.
yeah.
And so the idea of like, oh, I didn't see that coming really adds to the experience for me.
Yeah.
And so I appreciate it more. So any of those books are great, but maybe you like different books, and so read those. Also, I am listening to the audiobooks of the Dungeon Crawler Carl books. Those are just the best audiobooks. Jeff Hayes is the narrator, does all the voices, and it's insane. And I know that the author Matt Dinneman is like, oh, sometimes I throw in like really tricky accents just to fuck with him.
Oh, that's
and
funny.
I'm like, oh, I love that.
That's great.
So I think book 8 comes out in May, but he has a book called Operation Bounce House coming out in January that I pre-ordered, I think, when he announced it. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for more adventures of Carl and Princess Donut.
All I hear is good stuff about it.
Yes.
That's great, man. All right, so we're going from books to
Music.
woo woo woo.
Favorite live show.
We're probably gonna have the same favorite live show.
Maybe.
My favorite live show of the year was when you and I
Yep.
went to Philadelphia for My Chemical Romance. The Black Parade is
New
dead.
Jersey. Yes.
It was Newark.
Yeah, we went to MetLife.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forget because we went to places. We went to go see My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade is Dead tour.
Yes.
Which was incredible.
What a show.
We were blown away.
Yeah, the showmanship, the pageantry,
Yeah.
and of course, songs that we love. And then, afterwards they came out and played In the Round and played I'm Not Okay, I Promise. And whoo.
Everything was great. They played the show as The Black Parade, and then they did the encore as My Chemical Romance.
Yes.
So cool. So interesting. I was blown away by that show.
Yeah, my runner-up was Warped Tour. Not because of the music, but because we got to meet some fun bears. One mystery fun bear who was like, hey, Brad, Chuck's looking for you.
Yeah.
And, of course, Daniel, the fun bear who shared a hot dog with me.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
My runners-up were Warped Tour, which
Yep.
was awesome. And it was a very fun time. Lots of great bands. And the See Here Now festival.
Yes.
Where Blink-182 headlined, and I also got to see Public Enemy and Lenny Kravitz.
Yeah, you got to walk on the beach.
And Lenny Kravitz was... I couldn't believe how incredible Lenny Kravitz was. I think I've already talked about it on the podcast.
Yes, you have.
So I don't have to get into it, but that was such a moment for me this year in terms of like realizing how great he is. And seeing Public Enemy with DMC from Run DMC and Blink headline at the beach, it was just an incredible time.
Does Lenny Kravitz have magic powers?
He's 61 too. Maybe I'm mixing. You know what? Now I got to look it up.
All right.
Now I got to see because I don't know exactly. I said 61 for Weird Al, and I'm saying 61 for Lenny Kravitz. That seems kind of.
What if they're separated at birth?
All right, I'm going to ask my best friend.
They're music twins.
You ready? How old is Lenny Kravitz?
I looked him up.
Both of them?
Yes, Al Yankovic, 66.
No way.
Lenny Kravitz, 61.
Weird Al is 4 years away from being 70.
Yep. He's still hopping and bopping like a teen.
That's fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, anyway, man, oh man, that's crazy.
And you said Lenny Kravitz can still get it.
Yes, from anybody.
And then you said it, and you pointed to your own crotch.
From anybody.
Yeah.
That's all I got is my
anybody.
own.
Yeah.
But yeah, so My Chemical Romance was the top, and then Warped Tour was tied with See Here Now Festival. And I'm glad I got to go to all these festivals by doing my funny little thing. Warped Tour I didn't have to because it was cheap enough that it made sense. But See Here Now, I'm hoping to go again next year, no matter what, no matter who's playing, and do my same little jig.
Scamaroo, yeah.
Yeah. I got to get back into emailing events and being like, I'm from a podcast. Can I get in for free? Which we've done before.
Yes, we have.
So yeah, but those are my favorites. Okay, how about favorite sad song?
I did Monica Lewinsky by Hot Mulligan. It's a song about the lead singer's grandmother passing away, and he's far away.
Yeah,
and it's such a dumb song title.
It sure is.
But it is an emotional song.
That's great.
And really snuck up on me. You know, I made it a point to be like, all right, I'm going to get into Hot Mulligan this year.
Yeah.
And, listen to old albums, and then they had a new one coming out. And I was like, oh, okay. I think I'm starting to understand. I'm not quite there yet, but I'm getting there.
Nice. I didn't have a favorite sad song.
Yep.
So I'll skip to favorite single.
Great.
Pink Pony Club, Chappelle Roan. I love that song.
It's a good song.
Yeah, I love it. So it was easy. That was an easy one for me.
Yeah, I went with Housing Crisis by Jetty Bones. She released it as a single. She swears in it, which, as you know, I love. And
Fuck my dick.
it was,
You're like,
yeah. My list is like swearing, spelling things, listing like places I know or live.
Yeah, you've said this for like 15 years.
And do's. And
that is insane.
Yep.
That list is insane.
That's all I need to like a song. Jetty Bones released, I think, 2 or 3 singles this year. And this was like my most listened to song on Spotify and YouTube Music and YouTube. So
nice.
Great stuff there. Favorite song? I did Particle Physics by Motion City Soundtrack, and it's about feeling like a misfit at a party.
There you go.
This guy misses fitting in at any party. I did almost the same joke on the games episode.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Favorite song? Tie between Alkaline Trio's 2 new songs, Oblivion and Bleeding Out.
Yeah.
They're both so fucking incredible. Oh my God, they're so good.
They are bangers for sure.
And my runner-up was Freaks by Surf Curse, which I don't know if you know that song.
I do not.
If I play it for you, you're going to be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It features
I'm a freak.
It features Travis Barker, but the original release did not feature Travis Barker, and I think he must have heard it and been like, let me put my name on this song. And that way, it's awesome. But I mean, the production is much better anyway.
Nice. Favorite album? I went with Show 3000, a live album by Frank Turner of the 3000th show he's played. And I think Frank Turner is one of my favorite live experiences. And, obviously there's no substitute for being there, for being with the people, going through the experience of going to a show. But like getting to hear the 3000th show he's played and hearing his delight as he plays all his songs and kind of the banter in between them. It's really enjoyable, a really great live album to listen to, and I like the songs. So Show 3000 by Frank Turner.
That's great. For me, I got back into My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade, because of the show we were going to and all this stuff. And afterwards, my honorable one is actually the soundtrack to 28 Years Later.
Oh,
it was made by one band called the Young Fathers.
Yes.
And like as soon as, like if you remember when the trailer for 28 Years Later came out, and it was like that droning thing going up and down again.
Yep.
Like I was like, this is the scariest trailer I've seen in my life, maybe. Then at the end of the credits, and I think I played the song for you in my car.
Yes, you did.
That song's awesome.
Yeah, and then we got attacked by zombies
Exactly.
for 28 years.
But this band did both those songs.
Yeah.
The whole soundtrack, and they're so disparate.
Yeah.
So do you think I should use words like disparate? Is that weird?
I mean, look who you're asking.
Yeah, I guess.
I
you're
said
right.
disembarked at the start of last episode and was pilloried for it.
Pilloried! Does that mean pillared?
That means you're put in stocks.
Oh, I see.
I think. I learned today, I've used the word nonplussed wrong my entire life.
I thought it meant like not happy about something.
It means you're so surprised you don't know how to react.
Really? What did you think it meant?
I thought it meant you're not happy. You're not plussing
Yeah,
your
you don't think it's
emotions.
positive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, honorable mention, 28 Years Later, Young Fathers. It's very experimental. That final credit song, though, is like, it sounds kind of like the revival of garage band stuff, but it's a lot dirtier, and it's really, really cool in terms of sound, not in terms of lyrics. It's really,
Oh, then
really,
I don't like it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
need some swears and some do's, young fathers.
I went to fucking Chicago. Oh, my.
C-H-I-C.
You stupid asshole.
You said C-H-I-K.
Don't pay attention to things I say. You ass. Oh my god. All right. So favorite artist.
Favorite artist for me was Motion City Soundtrack, knowing that Justin Pierre went through some health crises. They came back out. They've got new music, and they're touring with it. He's getting healthy.
That's great.
It's just a band I've really, one of my desert island albums is Even If It Kills Me by Motion City Soundtrack. And so knowing that they have new stuff and are continuing to work and improve and innovate, they were my favorite artist of the year.
Great. For me, it was Alkaline Trio. I mean, last year they came out with that amazing album.
Yes.
With all those songs. And then this year, coming out with those new songs, I was so psyched about. They're probably my favorite songs that ever came out from them, and I've liked Alkaline Trio for almost 20 years.
Yeah.
Also seeing them live open for Blink, which I saw at the in Bethel, New York. And then you're not a big playlist guy, huh?
No.
Okay, so what I
Sort
do is I make a playlist of, like, let's say for Blink-182.
Yes.
Every Blink song I like in order.
Right.
I like that. I like going, here's the first album, all the songs in order. And so it's kind of like you could play it all the way through and hear them develop. You could put it on shuffle and hear all, I usually do shuffle. But I really like that for bands. Alkaline, and what happens is I'll do it for a band, like when I'm like, let's say 35 or 30, and then like 8 years will go by.
Yep.
And I'll be like, let me redo this to re-listen to all the songs again.
Yep.
The ones that I don't have in this list to give them another shot. And I did that with Alkaline Trio this year. So I was kind of reintroduced to a lot of their old songs that I'm not usually into.
Right.
So with the new songs, with the live show, with the re-going through their entire catalog, it really made me love them and appreciate them and be like, man, this is one of my all-time favorite bands.
Yeah.
Runner-up was the Dance Hall Crashers.
Yep. We got to see him live.
Because I got to see them live for the first time in my life. And before that, I kind of just got back into listening and seeing them. And they sounded awesome.
Yeah.
I really love the harmonies of the two lead singers. And And then my third place, it's kind of typical for me, is Blink.
Yeah.
Because I got to see them headline, and then I got to see them headline a beach festival, which are two different things. Headlining your own show and headlining a festival are different. And I got to see them kind of back to back, and that was very special.
Nice.
And it was, I loved the set. I loved a lot of what they did with it, and it felt like a very, very fun show. they kind of announced beforehand that they're shaking up the set, and they did, and it was great.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. What did you get into this year? Got into is what I have. Is that a thing?
For music?
Yeah, you don't have that?
I do not.
I must have added that.
Yeah.
I guess.
Sure.
I got.
I mean, I like consciously tried to get into Hot Mulligan.
Oh, there you go.
I would say The Wonder Years is, I've liked individual songs, and this was a year to listen to albums and try and appreciate the albums. We got to see them at Warped, and they played one of my favorite songs, Low Tide, and getting to see that live, and then, Came Out Swinging. They played that. So I would say got into The Wonder Years.
That's great.
Yeah.
For me, it was Lenny Kravitz, already
Yes.
talked about. The Tony Hawk 3 and 4 soundtrack added several songs to my best of playlist
Yep.
for this year. There was a bunch of great ones. Very stupid, but I'll say it. I never heard NWA's Express Yourself before. And it was like one of my songs of the year.
Yeah.
I fucking love that song. I know how dumb that is, but
Yep.
I also, my honorable mentions, the Baltic House Orchestra does epic versions of like 80s songs where they make them
that's cool.
huge.
Yep.
Like they do one for Tarzan Boy that is insane. And it just makes them, it's funny because I really loved the trailer for the movie we talked about with Gosling and Blunt,
Fall Guy.
Fall Guy, and
Yeah.
they did Any Way You Want It in this
Yeah.
huge way with these huge drums. And this orchestra, I don't know what they are exactly. It's probably a guy.
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I don't know. He does those, or they do this gigantic versions of those songs, and Tarzan Boy was incredible.
Nice.
I found out about Dragon Force's cover Ring of Fire.
Ooh, that's a good one.
It's so good.
yeah.
We got to see Sublime live
Yes.
at Warped Tour, and they were awesome.
They really were.
They shocked me. That was cool. And the other honorable mention is Laura Jane Grace did a headlining show with the band Catbite, and they did all of the Operation Ivy songs, and they recorded it and they released it as an
I
album.
didn't know. I didn't know it was released.
They released it as an album on Bandcamp, so you have to buy it.
Nice.
And I was like, this is awesome, and I bought it.
Yeah.
But really cool thing to do, especially like, we love Laura Jane Grace, and so very, very cool to see that.
That's great.
All right, so what's next?
Personal is our final category.
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow. Let's do it, baby.
Thing I should have tried long ago. I don't know if this was my thing last year, but it's definitely my thing this year. It's very silly. I got into Indian food this year.
Yeah.
I went to a restaurant in Providence with Chuck and his parents, and Chuck said, "Let's try these things. Maybe not this one; it's too spicy for you, bread, but try everything else."
Yep.
And I was like, "Oh, I like this stuff."
Yeah. I really thought that you would like tikka masala.
Yeah, in my 20s, I went to a buffet at an Indian restaurant, but I went by myself with no one to explain what I was trying
You
and
went by
what
yourself.
Yeah.
How come you decided to do that?
Who's going to go with me when I'm 23? My brother, Brent?
Man, I guess no one likes you when you're 23.
Yeah.
By the way, I hate when people just say that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no. It's no one likes you when you're 23 and you still act like you're in freshman year.
Yeah, I did.
It's not like they're like, no one likes you when you're 23.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck does that mean?
I mean,
Dumb idiots.
I rode the bus to get to Tandoor cuisine of India.
Yeah.
I was like, I had crushes on girls and didn't know how to talk to. Boy, I did still act like I was a freshman year. Anyway, no, I went there and didn't know what I was doing, and so just thought I didn't like Indian food.
Yeah.
And then going with you and having like the explanation of this is what this is, I wouldn't have tried saag paneer because it's spinach and cheese, and that sounds bizarre.
Yeah.
Even though if you were like, would you eat it in a calzone? I'm like, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Cheese and spinach in a calzone. It's as American as apple pie.
yeah.
Except not American. It's as Italian as pizza pie.
Yeah.
And so doing that and kind of expanding my culinary horizons a little bit, where I'm like, oh, let me get a frozen meal that's a tikka masala. Let me try these samosas. Or, during Rhode Island Comic Con, after our stuff one night, we went with your roommate Jordan, our friend, to Kebab and Curry in Providence and had Indian food, and it was great.
Yeah.
So
No, I think that Indian food was my thing a couple years ago.
yeah,
right?
it might have been either last year or the year before.
Yeah, that's great, man.
So what is your thing that you should have tried, or you should have tried long ago?
I think I should have tried long ago.
I hope it's abstinence.
Making parsnip fries.
Wow. The second parsnip fry appearance on the Funbammies.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
You know what? For Patreon members, Chuck will put his recipe up online.
I will. There's a bunch of things.
You cut parsnips,
It's more than that.
fry them.
No, it's more than that. I'll do a cooking video
All right.
just to show you.
I will do a cooking video as well, but it's going to be something. It's not going to be hot dogs, but it'll be something different.
All right, cool.
All right.
No,
I need to borrow both of your cameras, all of the lights.
Can I do some honorable mentions
Please.
before we get into real stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, honorable mentions. Great stuff of the year, personally. The curator from Tell 'em Steve Dave, which is like, as I explained before, the number one like fan. He threw his own Tell 'em Steve Dave event
Yes.
in New Jersey, and that event was so fun. Where we got so many of us there to celebrate Tell 'em Steve Dave, like people that it was similar to what I was talking about, the like-minded people thing.
Yes.
Then we all went to Smodcastle, Kevin Smith's theater, and we watched a new Tell 'em Steve Dave video that hadn't come out yet.
Right.
I mean, was it affected by the fact that it was a talent show video that I ended up winning on the big screen? And maybe my ex was there and I was like, fuck you for coming
Yeah.
and watch this. Perhaps.
Yeah,
Perhaps that had something
perhaps.
to do with it. Who knows?
Yep.
But that was so fun and so communal. It
Yeah.
was great. Starting questions and answers, the show with Tell 'em Steve Dave, which
Right.
hasn't come out yet, but the fact that Walt let me host another show on Patreon, I'm really proud of it. I think people will really like it. I think it's going to come out in January, so maybe
Yep.
it'll come out around this time. And the Funbearable Christmas episode, the
Yeah.
fact that we pulled that off with people where it's like, Tom's on the edge of Philadelphia, Jimmy's on the edge of Philadelphia, you're in Warren, Rhode Island, Johnny's in, let's call it Boston,
Yep.
I'm in Staten Island, Walt's in Hazlitt, and Rupert's in Hazlitt.
Yep.
And we pulled all those people together.
Yeah.
And everyone did their part, and everyone contributed, and we had a really fun night. That's really cool to me.
Yeah.
And I think as we get older, it's harder and harder and harder to pull that stuff off.
Sure is.
So that was a big thing for me this year. Please Don't Destroy.
Yep.
I went to go see them live with my girlfriend and Jordan, and they were awesome. It was like a mix of improv and sketch, and I loved seeing Please Don't Destroy live. That was great. I went to the ice castles this year in Colorado with Natalie. It was it was so cold I almost threw up, but it was so fun and so memorable.
The cold blew your dick into next year.
it blew it backwards.
Yeah.
But it was so fun and so memorable and such a specific like winter memory. I think it's going to be like a main winter memory for the rest of my life. And it
That's
was
great.
really cool. Warped Tour, obviously. I went to the Play That Goes Wrong.
Yep.
And that was amazing. That was so much fun. Thought it was super funny. I really want my parents to go see it. I think
Yeah.
they would love it. Another funny thing was being attacked by a swarm of hornets.
Hilarious.
And that was my first time being stung by a bee, and it was a real serious bee, and
Yeah.
a couple of them got me, and a whole swarm was
Yeah.
flying on me. It was I'm telling you, man.
Hornets are famously not bees, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, it's a bee.
Yeah, okay.
I think if you're allergic to bee stings, can hornets sting you?
I mean, yeah, they can sting you. I don't know. I think the venom is different.
So you would take someone who's allergic to bees,
Yes.
deathly allergic,
Yeah.
and you would hold them down,
Yeah.
and you'd sting them with a hornet.
Well, I know I'd let the hornets sting them of their own volition, but I would hold them down. Yeah.
You would sound plus.
Yes.
Both ways.
Yep.
That was just such a bizarre, cartoonish experience.
Oh, absolutely.
That it's like memorable.
Yeah.
It's memorable. And then finally, for my honorable mentions, I had killer thrift store hauls on multiple occasions. Like me and Jordan went to this like huge flea market in Jersey as just like a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
The haul that I got it was legendary. I never say legendary.
Nope.
This was legendary.
Wow.
It was like, all the original Burger King cups, the Disney ones?
I do. They're the stuff of legend.
Okay, so what would be great? Getting them in pristine condition?
Yeah, absolutely.
I got them in their original boxes, unopened, pristine condition.
Wow.
Yep.
It's like finding Excalibur.
Yeah, it is. And then I got all these the jelly containers that are the old Looney Tunes
Yeah.
ones. I cleaned them all. I got a bunch of 8-tracks. Do you remember the whole 8-track thing?
I do.
Which we'll talk about maybe on another episode, so I don't want to get into it. But like, it's been so hard for me to find 8-tracks that have to do with my music I like, and I found Boston. I found Kiss. I had so many good thrift store moments this year. Remember, I got that huge futon.
Yes,
not
I do.
futon. What do you call it? That
Ottoman?
rolls ottoman.
Yeah.
With the 3 things,
Yeah.
and now it's like my sex ottoman. It's pretty crazy, Brad. It's a good angle.
Really feels like now I have a new least pleasing development.
Chuck's sex ottoman.
Yes. AKA my sleep ottoman.
AKA where I stick my face. Yeah. You piece of shirt. Those are my honorables.
Yep.
So now it was what? Well, we already did parsnips.
Yep.
Most pleasing development is next.
Yeah, either least or most.
Let's do least first. Well, let's do most first, actually. Mine are sad.
Most pleasing development for me, I narrated 2 audiobooks for wide release. I don't know that anyone has purchased, listened to, or rated them, and please don't. But, I mean, you know, obviously listen to them if you're interested, but don't buy them and listen to them just because you're a fan of the podcast.
Either one is fine.
Going through the process and learning how to do it, it was so fun to record, even though these are instructional theological books and not designed necessarily to be fun. But the process of recording and, I messed up and I got to re-record. Oh my gosh, I mispronounced this weird Greek word and now I have to go back and do a pickup.
Yep.
Like the whole process itself was fun.
Right.
And I'm really glad I got to do it. I hope for more opportunities. It's tough freelancing. You're reaching out. You're like, these are my 2 credits. They're both nonfiction, but don't pigeonhole me. I'll do voices, but
Yeah.
they're just my voice.
I know.
And I'll pigeonhole me if you keep paying me to do this work. I really enjoy it.
Right.
But yeah, that was my most pleasing development of the past year, was like finally getting over the hump and getting some paid narration work.
All right. So my most pleasing development was my mom got a kidney.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because every year
That's been the biggest thing.
We've been like, all right, the hope for next year is my mom gets a kidney.
Yep.
So she finally got a kidney. So that was the most pleasing development. Without a doubt, obviously, we already talked about it on the podcast, but that was clearly it. And also, Natalie moving from Colorado to New York for us to be together has been great. That was huge. And then kind of my honorable mentions is I started a band with Brian Nichelle, my buddy, in New Jersey, and that's been really fun practicing, and I hope we get back into it and write some songs. The band's called Smash Cut. Doing 5 Stupid Questions with Q live at Q West, and doing the live Q West shows that I did in Key West with Brian Quinn. That was really, really special and really, really fun to be brought into that, and it really felt like a step at the time.
Yeah.
All right, you want to do least pleasing? These stink.
Least pleasing development, just continued doubt in myself. It has been a really, really challenging year.
Yeah.
On literally every front except for cat ownership.
Yeah, and Indian food.
Nope. That's been challenging in different ways.
That was a shitting joke.
Yeah, it sure was.
And except it wasn't a joke.
Yes. It was a shitting serious anecdote.
Yeah.
It's been tough. I don't know when it will be untough, but all it takes is one thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Years ago, and I may have said this on the podcast, I watched a baseball bloopers video.
Yeah.
It's called The Unofficial Baseball Handbook. And it's like hosted by, I probably wasn't Bob Uecker, but someone like Bob Uecker. And so they would, do a little, film a little thing in the ballpark, empty ballpark, to introduce the next set of clips. Either they're, bloopers, fans are crazy, whatever. But it was like, plagued by an out, a balk, or a bad call. One great play can reverse it all. And that's where I'm at, where I'm like,
good.
I just need my one great play to reverse it all.
Yeah.
And
That's good.
I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what area of my life that's going to be in. But hopefully a success can be the basis for other successes to continue to stack up.
Yeah.
But really, it's been a challenge for me to deal with myself for the past year, as it's been a challenge for you to deal with myself over the past year.
Yeah. No, not
Yeah.
really.
Yeah, I feel
Well,
like
it's been a challenge to see how bummed out you are.
Yep.
That's the challenge. My least pleasing development, my Nana died
very.
while my mom was in the hospital getting a kidney.
Yep.
So that was a lot.
Yes, it was.
And that was when my mom was having complications with the kidney.
Right. And we didn't really know what was going on.
We didn't really know. We knew things weren't going well.
Yep.
We knew the funeral was coming up. My mom had to say goodbye on a cell phone to her mom via FaceTime. The funeral happened. My mom had to be rushed to the hospital and she missed the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
All of that was pretty negative. But ultimately, my Nana was like 96.
Yep.
And my mom was getting a kidney at that time to extend her
Right.
life. So really weirdly emotional.
Right.
And also exactly during that time is when Natalie moved here.
Yeah.
So my Nana dying was a real weird thing to happen at
Yeah,
that time.
it's difficult under the best of circumstances, and these were not the best of circumstances.
Yeah, if all that had happened at that time was my mom had some complications and then got through it and had a new kidney,
Yep.
that would be okay.
Right.
But my Nana dying in the middle of it and all this stuff happening was really tough. My
Yeah.
mom told me, she said, I haven't opened up any of the get well cards
Mm-hmm.
for myself. And I said, how come? Why do you think? What do you think? You're probably not going to get it.
You've told me
I
this
told
before.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's because they're all mixed in with the sympathy cards for my Nana dying.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want to.
Yeah.
She doesn't. I was like, "There's no way to tell the difference." She was like, "Absolutely not."
No.
So that's rough. Although I could open them all.
I was going to suggest that. You love opening cards.
Yeah.
You have so many custom letter openers because they're part of your shredder costume.
Yeah. Yeah.
What? Hey, wait.
You're so proud of yourself.
Hey, tonight I dine on letter soup.
Yeah.
It's just alphabet soup.
Yeah. And it kind of began the beginning of a bad summer for
Yeah.
a lot of reasons because Natalie moved here, but then her job was much, much more difficult in terms of like how happy she was
Yeah.
and how difficult the commute is.
Yeah.
It's way more difficult than she expected. The project with Q, 5 Stupid Questions, that I've been working on for over a year to like do this new thing that I believe is a new step, that died.
Yep.
Then I had gotten hired by Impractical Jokers, but by May, I think that I hadn't worked at all.
Right.
And then they only had me work one day, and I
Right.
never was worked again.
Yeah.
And the season ended. So I thought that was a step, and it turned into what feels like nothing. Then Ray left the podcast.
Yep.
Very disappointing and upsetting. Even though on the show I'm trying to put on a happy face about it. Which is why I wrote the Gibby story.
Yeah.
Because I felt like the Gibby version of it was closer to how I really felt.
Yeah.
In terms of being thankful for the stuff that we did and being hopeful for the future.
Yeah.
Not the way that we actually ended with the show where I was just like, everything's fine, everything's cool.
Yeah.
That's not really, the Gibby version is closer. I'm hoping that everything will be fine and cool. Even though it feels like it's the same,
Right.
to me, there was a real clear difference and for me emotionally. And then Tim, the record store clerk, who we work with Tell 'em Steve Dave, passed away from ALS.
Yep.
And that was a really weird blow because I'd known him for a long time and we weren't super close, but it was it's a person that you know and you like passing away, but it also represented the idea of like, oh, I wish I had put in the time to get closer to this person.
Yeah.
And I didn't do that. And now that person is gone. And how many people in my life do I wish I was closer to?
Yeah.
And how many people in my life should I put more effort in with? And also, how many people in my life do I put in effort with that don't put in effort with me?
Yep.
And am I putting in effort with the wrong people? And why am I doing that? And there's
Yep.
all the stuff.
Tale as old as time.
Yeah, from the Natalie stuff to my grandmother dying to the lack of a move forward that I thought clearly was happening on two different fronts at the same time, to Ray leaving the podcast and to Tim dying and kind of opening up this idea of like, you know, what do you do with people and how do you invest your time and how do you got to realize that the time isn't always going to be there and you hope other people, whatever, you know, that all that stuff together really, really affected me.
Yeah.
It was all mixed in too.
Yeah.
It felt like, because all this stuff didn't happen over a long period of time. It was pretty short. So that's my least pleasing development.
Great. Next topic, best air fried root vegetable. Weird.
I didn't put anything.
I was like, how do I bring this back? What? Oh, that's so good. Sum up last year in 3 words.
I put in 2 things down, and one of them is my mom getting kidney, and one is Natalie moving here.
Okay.
So there's 2 things
Yep.
that were important steps that needed to happen.
Really didn't sum it up in 3 words, though, huh?
2 things down.
Oh, okay. I got it. I understand.
Yeah.
I understand that.
You gotta go, what are the 2 things? Yeah. It's really a mysterious 3-word thing.
Great work.
Yeah.
Mine was just deuces. I'm so happy to be done with 2025.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. I hear you.
Yep. It's weird because as I was doing these, I was looking back through my update emails that go out every week to a bunch of friends and seeing the weeks that I was really optimistic about a job search or, oh, I was really excited to apply for this job, or the weeks that I'm like, there wasn't really anything out there and I feel so despondent.
Yeah.
And to see that roller coaster kind of every 3 or 4 weeks throughout the year, and then to be back where I started at the end of the year, probably, who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe this job that I had a great interview for 3 weeks ago will call.
Exactly.
Unlikely, but possible.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just want to be done with it and go from there.
Nice, man. Okay, for prediction for next year, I put literally no idea because things like this year was so difficult to. Last December, the idea of Natalie and I living together was crazy.
Yep.
My mom getting a kidney was crazy. My Nana dying was crazy. Ray leaving the podcast after all that time spent was crazy. Yeah, like all this stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I was like, you know, the idea of me and Quinn working on this project, like all these different things that didn't seem either like they would go bad or go good.
Yeah.
Went in these different directions. So my prediction for next year is literally no idea.
Mine is Bird by Bird,
Good.
which is Anne Lamott, is a writer. She wrote a book about writing called Bird by Bird, and she talks about, and I may have told the story on the podcast, it's worth telling again. When they were younger, her brother had a report due on birds. You have to research a lot of different birds, write about their feathers, whatever, and had left it to the last minute and was sitting at the dining room table, overwhelmed by the task in front of him. And their dad came in, put his hand on the son's shoulder and said, "Bird by bird, buddy, just take it bird by bird."
Yeah.
Because when things are overwhelming, that's the only thing you can do.
Yeah, that's how I feel with huge editing projects. And I'm like, just start.
Just start.
Just do the thing.
Just get one task done, and then
Yeah.
you can do the next. But you can't do the second task until you do the first task. Bird by bird, buddy. Just take it bird by bird.
I
So
will
that's the attitude I'm trying to take into 2026.
One thing that helped me with that, I know this sounds crazy, Adderall.
Yep.
I got my doctor to give me Adderall.
Yep.
I was like, man, I'm like, my focus has been so. It was weird. When I was 20, I could edit for 15 hours. And I
Yep.
did sometimes. I
Yep.
just would like power through.
Edit for 15 hours when you were 20. Edit.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, if I'm 40,
I'm lucky if I can edit twice in a row in a day.
I could maybe I start editing and then I just stop. And Natalie tells me it's okay.
Yeah. No, it's more like it's harder and harder to sit down and go, okay, I'm going to do this for 8 or 9 hours
Yeah.
straight and get this project done. So I asked I asked this doctor. I say this guy because it's not my primary care
Yeah.
physician. It's a different person.
Yep.
I asked him if I could have Adderall. And he said, well, you have to fill out this thing about ADHD.
Yep.
And so I filled it out, and he's like, yeah, you clearly fall into this category. And so he gave it to me, and I just take it on some days where I have to work, and it helps me so much sit down and hone in and get this done, this done, this done, this done, this done, this done. Like to the point where I'm like, it's like a superpower.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It helps so much. And it's one of those things too, where it's like, oh, can you become addicted to, I don't even know if it's an addictive thing, but I'm taking it like twice a week.
Yep.
And then like, I went to Disney World, Universal Studios. I always say Disney World.
Yeah.
Universal Studios for this many days. I'm not going to take it. I went to New Orleans. I didn't take it.
Yep.
I'm going to Chicago. I'm not taking it. Rhode Island.
Yep.
So it's like 2 times a week, most weeks,
Yeah.
not even all weeks. So I don't have an addictive personality, so
Right.
I'm not worried about it at all. And I'm fucking psyched
Yeah.
to just to work.
Yeah.
Just to do the work.
Yeah.
It almost feels like it makes me love editing again.
You're like, oh, this is my editing ottoman. And it's like,
It tastes like shit. But yeah.
my doctor prescribed me Adderall, but they gave it to me and I didn't check and I just took it. And I think it's just M&Ms.
Yeah. I love Adderall.
Yes.
It's helping my mood.
I'm addicted.
Yeah.
Ooh, peanut Adderall.
So the hopeful goals for next year.
Yes.
I put finish getting the funding and film a great project because we're working on something behind the scenes. Take a big step in my career, finally, even though the last 2 steps completely fizzled out after a lot of time and effort. And I hope Funbearable grows and the community grows and the podcast becomes an even bigger part of our lives, and maybe we can make it part of our income and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And just get more people involved, more people listening, do bigger things, everything like that.
My hopeful goals for next year: gainful employment, improve the world.
Oh, that's good. Improve the world is nice.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice and vague.
Yeah, sure is. Sure is. I drew a picture.
Yeah.
Now I got to improve it twice.
Now I have to go pick up 2 pieces of litter.
Yeah, exactly.
But Fun Bears, you have improved our world just by being yourselves. So those of you, we love the people who write in. We love our super fans, but we also love our lurking fans, the ones who listen and appreciate it.
Casual fans.
Anyone who has supported us in any way over the past year or years, thank you. Sincerely and deeply, because I don't know where we'd be without you. Probably still be recording, but not as fun.
Yeah, exactly. No.
Just
we love seeing the feedback. We love seeing the comments. We're really happy with all the interaction.
Yes.
It's really, really fun and really helpful.
Yes. So if you have questions, comments, concerns, or otherwise, send us an email, funbearablepod@gmail.com. Always happy to hear from all y'all. Check us out on socials @funbearablepod. We mentioned the Patreon earlier. All that good stuff. We appreciate it. For Chuck Staten, I'm Brad Rohr saying thank you so much, and we're sorry for being Funbearable.
I will say I'm looking at the rest of the list. There is one thing I just completely forgot about.
Oh, what is it?
Have you heard of parsnips?